Are you looking for the best folding phones? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best folding phones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Motorola Razr Plus Folding Phones. Motorola's Razr Plus wins the Most Improved award. I didn't like the original folding flip phone back in 2020, but the company has turned things around. The latest Razr Plus, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends, has overtaken Samsung's Flip series to be my favorite. The larger 4-inch OLED front screen is more functional than ever and handy for scrolling through some glanceable widgets, like weather, calendar, and even some fun mini-games that play well compact. Open it up and you get a traditional 6.9-inch screen when you fully need to use your smartphone. It has all the top amenities too, like a 165Hz OLED display, an IPX8 water resistance rating, and Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, which is a slightly lesser version of the flagship chipset powering most Android phones this year. Did I mention it comes in hot pink? The camera system has been upgraded thanks to Motorola's new photo enhancement engine, but it's still not a camera leader compared to its peers. These photos can also take a few more seconds to process than you might be used to. I've been generally happy with the results, though I wish Motorola didn't remove the ultra-wide camera. Instead, there's a 2x optical zoom lens for portraits, and I dare say this is a rare instance where an ultra-wide would have been a better choice, especially when you can use the cover screen as a preview to take a group picture. Battery life is better than before, but this phone still requires daily charging. Number 2. Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. In hindsight, I may have been a little harsh in my Pixel 9 Pro Fold review, 6 out of 10, Wired recommends, but that was largely because I felt like $1,800 should get you hardware at least as good as that on the cheaper Pixel 9 Pro, which is an excellent phone. Brushing this aside, this is still the book-like folding phone I prefer using out of all the options sold in the US. The external screen is wider than what you get with Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 6 and feels nearly identical to a normal smartphone. It's not the thinnest folding device out there, but it's pretty slim in its own right, which makes holding it more manageable than ever. Open it up and you're also getting one of the largest inner screens we've seen to date at 8 inches, which basically makes it an iPad mini, right? My main gripe is that there are some lesser features compared to the non-folding Pixel 9 Pro series. For example, the triple camera system here is great, but the results from the telephoto and ultrawide are noticeably not as sharp as the photos captured on the cheaper 9 Pro devices. Separately, I also do not like that Gmail now requires you to flip the phone to landscape mode to show the more useful 2-pane view. This wasn't an issue with the first-gen Pixel Fold. You might even have issues charging this thing on a wireless charging stand. It's not even supported on Google's own Pixel Stand Gen 2. These are on the whole just minor gripes, but they might matter to you when you're splurging this much cash on a phone. Still, it's hard to stay away from this improved piece of hardware and the Pixel software, with all of the smart features that Pixel phones are known for. I just watched call screen block a spam call as I wrote this, and I'm constantly using assistant voice typing to quickly send accurate messages without having to tap on the virtual keyboard. I've got more details about these features in our best Google Pixel phone buying guide. Number 3. OnePlus Open. Are you constantly juggling between multiple apps? The OnePlus Open surprisingly has some of the best multitasking features I've ever seen on a folding phone to date. I was at the Google October hardware event last year and had Gmail and X open in split screen, and then Slack hidden away at the bottom. You can easily scroll down to see the full-size third app, or bring all 3 into view next to each other. There's a pretty good video demonstration of it in my review, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends. OnePlus has the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and Galaxy Z Fold 6 beat when it comes to serious multitasking. OnePlus has ported these multitasking features over to its new tablet too. The cameras are great, and the 6.31-inch front screen feels normal, so much so that sometimes I forgot I was using a folding phone. You can open it up for a spacious 7.82-inch display. The device overall is fairly thin and lightweight too, despite the giant camera module. The downsides? There's no wireless charging support. It also has only an IPX4 water resistance rating, so I'd be really careful using this near a pool. Take into consideration access to repairability and customer service. Google and Samsung have a wider repair network, at least in the US, and fixing a broken OnePlus might be more troublesome. If it's any consolation, for the life of this device, OnePlus has a promotion where you can trade in any phone to get an automatic $200 off. Neat. Fair warning, there are rumors that a OnePlus Open 2 is on the way, likely in early 2025. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Samsung is the stalwart brand in the folding phone game, whether you opt for its Galaxy Z Fold 6 or Flip 6, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends. That's right, we're already on its 6th generation. If you're worried about durability and repairability, these Samsung phones are the safest choice on the market right now, with exceptional build quality and reliability, but they're unfortunately the most expensive. The Fold 6 has an improved wider front screen that feels more like a normal smartphone, but not as much as the Pixel 9 Pro Fold or the Honor Magic V3. At least it's decently lightweight. Open it up and the 7.6-inch screen is a treat. Samsung has stuffed a lot of AI features inside, my favorite of which is Sketch to Image, which lets you draw on your photos to have AI generate a picture based on your sketch. I don't find multitasking as easy as on the OnePlus Open, and the aspect ratio still restricts some apps from showing a multi-pane view, like Gmail, unless you rotate the phone to landscape. I also don't love the price jump. The Flip 6 is much easier to recommend to anyone. It folds well, and the improved hinge design feels more responsive and durable. I prefer the larger front screen on the Motorola Razr Plus, which generally feels easier to customize and use than Samsung's approach. Otherwise, the Flip 6 remains a great folding flip phone with long software support, great cameras, better than Motorola's, and excellent performance. Just remember to carry a power bank, as it won't last a full day of heavy use. Number 5. Motorola Razr Folding Phones. Motorola's standard Razr, 2024, doesn't have as large of a front screen as the Razr Plus, and its specs are a bit lesser. Performance is noticeably more sluggish here and there. But you still get an OLED 6.9-inch interior screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, and the ultra-wide camera alongside the primary shooter means you can fold this baby up and get a wide-angle selfie view on the front screen. It also has a slightly larger 4200 mAh battery cell and does last a tiny bit longer, but still firmly in the once-a-day charging category. At $700, you'll be hard-pressed to find many other folding smartphones at this price, and that's what makes the Razr such great value. It's a great starting place if you're curious about entering the folding phone world. Just make sure to wait for a sale, because Motorola will likely start dropping the price to $500 soon if last year's models are anything to go by.